What's up, everybody? This is KGM 5512, and we are celebrating 1,000 subscriber milestone tonight. I hope everybody's enjoying their Thursday evening. We're live. We have some people who have already been chatting away before we got started here tonight. Looks like we got Cyclone RC in the house. We have RC Ohio in the house. Lotus 420 is here. We also have Hybrid 32494. What's up? 1/5 RC Garage. What is up, brother? Lou Groove, what's going on, my man? How's everybody doing? Like I said, guys, I'm just here to celebrate 1,000. It's a milestone I never thought I would hit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it blows my mind. There's no other way to put it. It just blows my mind, guys, that 1,000 people thought I was good enough to hit the subscribe button, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you. Lauren, I've seen that name for a long time, man. All you guys, the first comers here, guys. You guys have been supporting me from the very beginning. It's awesome. It's so awesome. I love it. Sorry, guys. You're going to get an echo for a minute. I'm just grabbing. I like watching the YouTube chat. So I do the pop-out chat. And then I watch it through the window here. Just getting everything all set up the way I like it. Make it more conducive to my needs. You know what I'm saying, guys? Haha. Todd said, welcome to my live. Because these guys were all sitting here talking away before I started. Alrighty. So, 1,000 guys. Incredible. Just milestone, guys. It's all I can think of to say is it's what every small YouTuber who's just starting out, it's what we all strive for. It's that 1,000 subscriber market. It actually means something to people. It's very heartfelt. You know what I'm saying? It's been quite the ride, guys. It's been quite the ride from my very first video. It's kind of weird as you go back and you watch what you used to do and how you learn and pick up tips and tricks from just watching other people. And it's not so much that you're trying to imitate them. You're more than you're using their stuff as like a template, and then you put your own spin on it and make it your own. You don't want to just flat out plagiarize somebody else. Now, I do have to admit there's things that have been said in videos that it could come off as plagiarism, but you have to realize that none of this YouTube stuff, a lot of it isn't in real time. It's filmed some days, sometimes weeks beforehand, and then it's edited and then posted. And a lot of my stuff is like 2 weeks before it's posted that I've been posting, guys. Shadow Ops, what's up, my man? Slash Raptor, what's up? Myers 2-stroke RC Garage, what's up, Ben? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate the congratulations. Real quick, guys, I'll be right back. I have to let my dog in to the house. Sorry, guys. Why? Guess what, guys? I did not set this up right. It's all right. We'll just have to change it manually. I'll actually put it in high definition at least. There we go. There's high def KGM. I'll be right back. I'll say it again. I'll be right back. You want to go inside, Willie? Come on, Willie. You got all money. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Would it be a KGM stream without some audio difficulties? Just a few audio difficulties, that's all. Alrighty, Addicted to RCs here, huh? What's up, Addicted? Oh, hold on, guys. We got a very special guest here. We'll get him up here on the camera. Everybody give a warm welcome to Hybrid 32494.
What's up, Kyle, man? Congratulations on the 1K subs, man.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
I knew you could do it. And you got the serpent. You got the serpent.
I got the serpent, brother. It's right here.
How's the audio? Is the audio okay? Is it too noisy? I'm just 3D printing some parts here, you know, guys? Just 3D printing some parts. Nothing funny going on. You know what this is, Kyle? Anybody want to take a guess? What's that?
Some sort of front diffuser for something.
This is a Super Nitro bumper.
Look at that. That's cool, man.
It's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
Let me see. I got let me reload some stuff. All right, here we go. Yeah, I see the chat now. All right. Sickening.
Yeah. So you're printing there, huh? You got a printer going?
What'd you say?
I said you're printing stuff now. I saw you set it up on your stream not too long ago.
Yeah, exactly. Right here. Check this out, everybody. Engine stand.
Look at that. 3D printing the engine stand.
Yeah. Sickening.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Here, I'll blow you up on.
Oh, hold on. Yeah. Oh. The engine stand right here. Right, 3D printed. It's kind of like my first pass. I'm gonna get better at it. There are a couple of like mistakes in printed, but OS engine on the engine stand. So if I hold it like normally, it's like even weighted pretty well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Pretty
and
sick,
then
right?
You can mount that right to a tabletop or something, right?
Yeah, there's screw holes. There's screw holes in this one. So you can mount it like a regular engine. You know, there's like big block ones, there's small block ones, there's that's about it.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
man. Oh, you got almost 20 people here. Great people.
Look at that. 20 people, guys. I appreciate every single one of you being here.
Is the audio okay? Is the printer too noisy or no?
My volume is way down and high.
Well, the people in the chat will tell us. The people in the chat will tell us.
Yeah. Lona says my volume's low and yours is high.
All right.
I don't know how to work all this StreamYard stuff, so it might just be the lay of the land tonight.
Yeah, it might be. Just to show you guys, this is the RS4 I've been working on, right? The one with the Wolfpack upgrades. 3D printed body posts.
Yeah, they
Not bad.
are.
Like the world's cheapest 3D printer, really.
What brand is that?
It's Creality. Creality is like it's like the HSP of printers, but you know it's pretty okay. It's pretty okay. I mean, the filament's pretty cheap, so.
Interesting. As far as printers go, how does that rate up against like an Ender? Because I always see the Enders on eBay.
This is the Ender. This the Creality Ender. Ender is like just the name of their models.
Gotcha.
There's like many ones. This is like, you know, a $200 one, but they go all the way up to like, you know, in the thousands. But really, there's only a couple differences in the more higher end ones. They can print like a higher quality filament, which requires a higher temperature, basically, is what it comes down to, and a larger size. So like on this printer, this is basically the limit of like how large the bed will print. Basically, the Super Nitro bumper is like the limit. You know, like aesthetic, you know, visually speaking, it's like the limit.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much limited
tonight,
how high your bed is there, huh?
Well, it goes pretty high. It can go like pretty up there. So, you know, this is kind of like what it's doing now.
That looks like some sort of gear you're printing. Is it a gear?
So this actually will be. Hold on. Do the people see the view right now? Oh yeah, they see me. Okay, sorry. I was in the wrong part of the stream. My bad, bro.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah. So this is actually what it's printing now is the support for. It's going to be a table. It's a mini table. It's a joke. The whole point is it's a joke I'm going to give to somebody. It's like the world's most useless part, you know, because it's like a mini table. You can't even put anything on it.
Yeah, Lotus is right. It does sort of look like a Baja spur gear.
Yeah, it's a satirical joke, you know.
Thanks, Crucial. I appreciate that. Crucial's here. We got Texas Hill is here. Hello.
Yeah.
How you guys doing today?
Yeah, how you doing, everyone? They got special invitation here from KGM to join up the stream. You know, earlier. I'm happy to be able to be here.
Yep. Yeah, man. I appreciate you stopping out, and it's always easier to run a stream when you can keep a steady dialogue with another person.
Yeah. Dude, when you got to talk by yourself, you know how it is, right? It's an hour you get a headache.
Thing to say. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
You're like, what can I repair now?
I do have some repairs to make, though. I haven't posted the video yet. It's been one of the ones that I just kept pushing down the line of uploads because I'm not sure if I ever want to post it. It's that bad. This is the Serpent. Yeah, I'm just putting this. I'm gonna put this away.
Yeah, I got one too. I haven't. It's been like bad weather here. I have to, you know, wait till a little bit better weather, break it in. We have like salt everywhere on the roads, pretty much. You know, not gonna drive home in salt conditions.
Same here, man. It's we got they just keep salting the roads. That's no other way around it.
Yeah. The question is, what else should I try to print later? The thing is, it's not that easy to print like whatever you want. You have to design the stuff. Like the stuff I'm printing, it's pre-existing files. So
you haven't made any of your own files yet.
So no. The thing is, to even make your own files, you would have to have, you know, like the computer-aided design software. Basically, I don't know what the particular name is, but I'm sure it's CAD software, modeling software, and I mean, you know, that all that stuff is paid for. Obviously, this is like free items that are just available to anybody.
Gotcha.
You know,
but
it'd be pretty interesting to 3D print a car. Well, you know, model RC. Yeah,
I've seen a few of them on the shorts and stuff of people who have 3D printed entire RCs.
You could do it, but theoretically, I mean, what does it come down to? A chassis that's plastic? Guess what? Like, I printed a long flat piece of plastic already. Like, how interesting does that get? You know, it's not really just because you print it doesn't mean nothing. And plus, like the filament, this one's cheap, but it does get up there in terms of price. So you really have to do like a cost benefit analysis, I think, depending how large the item is that you're printing. It might sometimes be literally cheaper to buy RPM suspension arms than to print something. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
it'll be stronger being a molded piece of plastic opposed to
yeah,
the layering.
that's right. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I was watching your recent video with the plow. That was really nice. It was RC Ohio, right? That printed it for you.
Yep. RC
That
Ohio
was
printed this
yeah. That
plow
was
right
really nice.
here.
He motivated me to get a 3D printer. Yeah,
And
that was really nice, man.
this
What
printed
did
extremely
RC
well.
Ohio tell us? What kind of type of filament he used? Was it PLA, PTEG? I'm curious. You could put it in the chat.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head what he
Oh,
used.
I'm curious about that myself. I'm experimenting with filaments, but so far I had like a couple of meltdowns with everything other than the first type I tried.
Uh,
Oh
I
man,
want to say
still over here. I got a copy of AutoCAD. Dude, I'm gonna have to pay you for a training class.
so. I actually found my laptop from college, and through college I got AutoCAD for free. It was Autodesk
Yeah.
Inventor, but unfortunately my license agreement is up on it because
Yeah,
it's
it's fine,
been
right? Yeah.
like 15 years. So
Wow. Let's see. Okay, RC Ohio says PLA plus. I don't have that one. So this is like what the filament looks like for everyone that doesn't know. Maybe this is basically comes in 1.75 millimeter diameter. On a spool. It's like 1 kilogram. This particular one is like under $20. It's PETG. To be honest with you, I can't get it to stick to the bed that well. So I'm probably gonna have to not use it.
really,
Yeah.
So
Can't
it
figure it
has
out.
to stick to the bed in order to start layering. Then
Yeah. So the way the old systems used to be, the old printers, you used to have to use a glue stick to glue the bed. It would heat up, and the plastic that would lay down, it would stick to the bed. So your first layer is very, very important. If it doesn't stick, then you got nothing. So up close, this is what it looks like. It's printing. That's just a support, but the middle is the actual part.
Huh.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating the way this stuff is actually.
And then, do you change the settings for how it prints based on your printer, or is that all built into the
So
print
a lot
file?
of this is when you get the file online, you load it into a software called a slicer. The slicer enables you to kind of control the layer height, parameters of the printer. Let's say how much empty space you want filled in with some kind of space filler on the inside, stuff like that. Because it really can't print. The thing is with printers, it's important to understand that they cannot print in flat air. It has to print on a support that breaks away later and is garbage.
Gotcha.
So you really have to think about all of these ideas. But basically, the print's online; it's already there. You don't have to do anything. But we're talking super limited everything. If you want to print some RS4 parts, you'll be limited to 8 of them or something. And who knows? A lot of this stuff is just designed by people who just hobby people. Also, they're not experts in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, RC Ohio goes bed adhesion is tough.
Todd's definitely got it down though. He's got it pretty much figured out.
Yeah. When I move this,
he printed a knob for my one stand too. I don't have it in here; it's in my truck, and he did a really nice job with that. Very strong print.
Imagine a plow on the Primal. That would be epic, right? A plow on the Primal.
Oh, that would be incredible. You could probably come up with some sort of aluminum plow for that.
Well, I considered making one happen, but I'm not really that's real custom level stuff.
Oh,
maybe Ben from Myers RC could weld one, right?
Yeah, maybe he could.
Nah, he definitely could. He definitely could.
I tried doing his cage hack, and it didn't go too well. That's the topic of Monday's video.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, what happened? Not enough temperature or something, or wrong?
I'm not experienced enough. So I have a welding machine, and I'm not experienced enough with it as far as enough weld
Yeah,
time on it. So,
I gotcha.
and the material's super thin, the brake line material. So,
Yeah. So what are we working on there, man? You gotta clean it, replace a hub, what? Put shock oil.
this is an Arma, and I killed it. I broke it.
Oh man.
Typical Arma stuff.
Yeah. Well, you know, I always
Arma
make
stuff.
fun of Armas, but like to be honest with you, man, and everyone else here in the chat, like they do make some RCs that really there is no segment that Nitro serves. Like, for instance, the 1/8 Vendetta. I think they discontinued them. Do you know? They look to be discontinued.
I think they did, and they kept the infraction instead of the Vendetta.
That Vendetta was, I have one. It's honestly very incredible. It's for the price, like the price point that I paid for it, $200. Like, come on.
You couldn't beat it.
Dude, $200. I mean, that's like epic. The tires are nice. Like, the electronics are good. It's a regular 3S, you know, like for an on-road car, really can't beat that price for what you get, you know, well, for an electric, that is.
Right. And so basically all they did was they took the Vendetta and they put a truck body on it, and that's kind of what they replaced it with.
Yeah. But that Vendetta body, I honestly think it's a very good looking shell.
Oh, it is.
It's very good looking for the price. It's rough, like the Lexan. Like, honestly, I think that was like my maybe my third Arma I've ever had, and the shell really impressed me. I started like long ago, dude. I had the very, very first Armas. I don't know if you guys here in the chat remember, but back when like they had these yellow radios that they sold. They had like these.
I never had one of those
tactic style radios. Yeah, it was really funny looking.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never seen one of those actually.
Yeah, they were basically very, very toy grade when they first started. We're talking like a little after 2010. It was at that time everything was like brushed. Well,
right, Nitro was still king.
Yeah, but it was also coming to like a close there, you know, I think at that time already. Basically like 2013, it was that was it. Let's see if people say
we got
Vendetta is gone. Yeah.
Man's here. Marv, what's up, my man? Yeah, it's strange because Arma really does. They just rebrand the same RC and put different arms on it and repurpose it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know, if it's a good chassis for a good value and you know it drives okay, what's the difference, you know? Right,
and what's nice about that is the part support is incredible since they do that.
It's very good. It's very good. That's a benefit. Right. That's a benefit. Well, I bought that like remember I bought that what was it, the Fitzscale Creighton? Is that what it's called? No, Outcast.
You got the Outcast one, yeah.
Yeah, the big ass one. When they went on sale at Tower, they were like $520, I think. They were like $520. I think I had some kind of coupon available. I wound up paying less than $500 for it. You know? And that's a serious chassis right there though. But like honestly, I'm not really gonna probably ever run it.
It has its niche, and it's
exactly.
It's a stunt truck, so
yeah, it's a stunt truck. I did buy another Arma a long time ago. I haven't told anybody, and I'm not gonna tell anybody right now either. But it'll be out in the video probably in the near future. A used one. So
they're not bad. I mean, I have a lot.
No, they're not bad. Them, so. I mean, for electrics, I mean, what else do you have? Well, okay, you have like the X-Max, obviously, but that's a different level. That's a different level. XRT, I really don't care about. What else? Did anybody here, and including you, Kyle, did you guys buy anything on the President's Day sales that they had, like at A-Main and Horizon?
No, I did not.
Dude, I bought something.
Ooh.
I bought something. What do you think I bought? Here's the options, right? The option is that Losi buggy, the Losi Nitro buggy, Losi 8, or that Losi Hammer Ray U4.
Oh, let's see.
They were both. Listen to this. They were both $299. I mean, they were discounted like the most I've ever seen in my life.
If I had the money, I probably would have bought them both. But
so I wound up buying the electric Losi, but I have a plan for that. You know, I know everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, hybrid man over here wearing a Nitro shirt, buying a Losi. What the hell?" But the thing is, The thing is, it was such a good deal that honestly, I don't think we'll ever get a deal that good enough again.
Right. The deals that they've been having is incredible, and it almost
Incredible.
makes me wonder how much they're going to
Incredible.
discontinue.
Probably all of them.
Because usually when they have sales like that, they discontinue that stuff.
Yeah, I was close to getting the Losi 8 buggy, but the thing is, I've already had it on the channel. Honestly, they're very good. They're very, very good. Very good handling, good equipment out of the box, but they're highly limited with gearing. Do you know what I'm referring to? Like when I say that, like in terms of the clutch belt?
As far as getting different ones to put on it, or
So here's the thing, right? The Losi buggy comes with a 17-tooth clutch belt from the factory. That's very, very high. That means you really can't go much more for speed. You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do? 19? That's it. But yeah, you're going to get a minimal speed gain. We're talking minimal. But let's say the Losi Truggy, comes with a 13-tooth clutch belt. So if you go 13 to 17, you got a massive improvement. Well, in top speed, not torque, of course, but so highly limited on that Losi buggy. The only thing you'd be able to do, like cost effective wise, if you want to obviously keep the stock engine, is you would have to get a TLR small spur gear,
and then gear up again on the pinion.
Yeah, so you're replacing two parts on a cheap buggy just to like kind of have a normal gearing. You know what I mean?
Right. So it's the cost aspect of it.
Yeah, the cost. Those TLR spur gears, obviously they're good, but they're not cheap. And good luck getting one. And then you gotta redo the center diff. It's a whole process.
Right, and then it gets to the point of where do you stop?
Yeah, exactly. So
when do you stop and reevaluate?
I literally like everything about the Losi buggy. The thing is, when you're running it normally, like you're almost literally redlining the engine the whole time, and you're lucky to hit 30 on it, like lucky. So you basically high revving it the whole time. It has low gearing because of that. The fuel consumption is high. I just don't see the benefit of that really.
That's kind of why I mentioned in that in my unboxing video of the kit is you're almost better off getting the kit.
Yeah, exactly. Like that Losi buggy, honestly, unless you pay like very, very little for it, I would not get it again.
Because at that deal or at that price, it is a deal.
It's still a deal. It's still a deal. Also, because don't forget, even at that deal, the coupons you still could have used the coupons, right? Yep. A-Main had like a 15% coupon at that time, so I used that on the Losi Hammer Ray, little rock, whatever the hell they call them. It wound up being like $250. I mean, that's incredible,
Yep. See, I tried to use the discount again, but it said I couldn't. I must have tried to use the same coupon that I used on the Serpent, and it wouldn't let me use it again.
One time only. One time only.
Oh,
sick.
RC Adventures is here, man.
What's up? Yeah. RC Adventures got the Losi Hammer Ray too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be right back. I'm gonna run in the house and.
With the exception of it rolls constantly.
What's that? Oh, the Hammer Ray rolls or
the Hammer Ray, the Electro, because it's a rock racer, Like the rear is like a rock racer style suspension, the front is independent. So obviously, it drives like one of those old, what would they call, like those old not Axial. But that whole rock racer segment I think is dying out, to be honest with you.
Well, when it does, I want to pick up.
Yeah, that's a good point right there. That's a good point, man. Let's see what people are saying.
All right, I'll be right back. I got to run.
Yeah. I'll keep the chat going. So, guys, you got any questions? I'm looking at the chat. I'll answer whatever I can, and I'll deny whatever I can't. Yeah, so the other day I was working on the original 15FE engine right here, cleaned it up a little bit. And so the problem with these old engines, guys, like if you have a carb issue, and I think this one has a particularly bad carb issue, you can't really get a carb for these. So these don't use like a regular pinch bolt. They have two screws that go into the carb that hold it directly through the carb body. And I'm basically kind of stuck with using this. I put some sealer on, some of that copper, gasket maker sealer material. So hopefully it's okay. But basically, I think there's an air leak in this carb on the old HPI carb.
Which engine is it? Is it a?
This is just the old 15FE from the RS4 I was working on. Like I went to go start it, right? And like it fires up, but then it instantly dies. So obviously there's some kind of fuel flow issue. Fuel tank was good. I checked the fuel tank. Tank was fine. I started looking at like when I'm priming it, and when I'm priming it, the fuel line pressure in the fuel line, it just keeps dropping on its own. So I'm already thinking, oh man, there's some kind of fuel pressure issue, So I take the carb apart. A high-speed needle O-ring is okay. But the rest of it is it's real. I think it's leaking through the carb body. So yeah, and these carbs, if you look close on it, I know people are probably saying to yourself, "Well, Hybrid bro, you're missing the dust boot." So these don't come with dust boots. These are rotary carbs. There's no dust boot. It just sits like that. There's no dust boot on this. So you're technically relying on the barrel to have enough like tightness there as it's opening in the carb body to not have air escape. I think this one has air going through it. Which
that happens
bad.
A Volcano, and that's exact same thing. Exact same problem on that red cap.
Damn it. I have. Same thing, right? But the Volcano uses a regular pinch bolt, right, on the carb?
I believe so.
I
have an extra engine for that sitting in my drawer here. But with that rotary carb setup, mine's doing the same thing. Red Cat.
Yeah, Texas still goes, who likes doner kebab? Everybody, man. Everybody. Doner kebab. That's like the kebab when they chop the meat up and they put it on a skewer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Meat on skewers is always very good.
Hold on a minute. Did I buy the wrong engine for that? Oh, man. I might have bought the wrong engine for that Volcano.
What'd you get? Let me see.
This is a SH18. I thought it was for the Volcano, but I think the Volcano uses a rotary carb.
I have a Volcano. I can go the Volcano S30.
Yeah, I got one right here.
I got one right there too. If I show you the pile of RCs, man, it will be bad.
Yeah, this one uses
I can't even see my bench press anymore. All right, let me see.
Yeah, so this one does use a rotary.
All right, and you're convinced the carb is bad, right?
Yeah, it's leaking through that seal, like you said, because it doesn't have a slide boot, so it's leaking there.
What you can do, I actually ran into this problem on an old OS engine, the rotary carbs, right? It seems the Pro 15 dust boot is what you want from Traxxas.
Okay.
Because they're all rotary carbs of the same size, those small bore carbs. So the Traxxas Pro 15 dust boot is like $2, and they're still sold because it's Traxxas, right?
Yep. I'll have to pick one up.
Yeah, I would highly recommend that. I actually was going to do a video on that, but then I forgot.
What's up, Fifth Scale Ripper? How we doing, man?
Yeah, how you guys doing? Yeah, Lotus 420 goes, try switching the carb. Yeah, we wish it was that easy, right? But there's really no like rotary carbs available from like other engines.
No, not for that.
Although I will say, I have once used the G3.0 carb, which is the HPI carb, in an old OS, and it did fit. But those HPI carbs, they're also like $45 anyway.
Yeah, that's a steep price.
So if you want to go super cheap, this is what you do. You get the VX18 carb. From the Vertex, the engines that Exceed uses.
Okay.
Get the VX18 carb. It's a rotary carb also. It's direct fit.
I will have to look for one
Yeah, they're very, very good. I've used it before.
because that RC might get the fix and ship because
Yeah.
I have no interest in it anymore.
Yeah, man. Mine actually has like a stripped front diff for sure. So now I'm thinking whether I should just buy the whole diff, which will be, it won't be that much, probably be like $25, and install the whole diff, or just keep it rear wheel drive. Because like honestly, without the front diff, you got no front brakes. So but that car, it's so like the diffs are such low quality that pretty much you're almost guaranteed to strip it again.
Interesting.
Yeah. We got a question here from RC Adventures. He goes, what does the K mean on carbs? The K.
That's a question for you.
He's referring to like the designation on the OS carbs, like the 10K rotary carb or something like that. There's also like the 10E carb. I'm not really sure what they mean, but basically it just comes down to rotary or slide. Right? What do you think about that, Kyle? I'm not sure what those refer to.
Way out of my
yeah, I'm not sure. It's just like what they're called, but I've never read anything about like what the letters stand for.
I just kind of whatever. I go with whatever's in it when I get it.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Like the smaller nitro stuff, I never really got too technical into it. I really never got too technical into anything until I started going with the fit scales and all the gas stuff and really getting into that.
Well, yeah. Well, you do like some actual racing with like the primal and all that. So that to compete in those levels, you can't run a stock dragster. So.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily consider what I do racing. That's just another aspect of the hobby I use. I mean, I race, but nothing competitively because.
Right.
I mean,
you participated though.
I participate. Yeah, it's like when you're a kid and you just go to the football game to get a trophy.
Yeah.
More or less, because I don't have a whole lot of time to put into it. I just do what I can. So I'm just opening these holes up with my drill because I can barely get my driver into this Arma bumper.
Oh man, damn it! Let's see what people are saying. Man, I got like 2 hours left on the sprint over here.
Really? See, that's the thing about it. People don't really realize how long those sprints can go for, and then all of a sudden you're not right there when it fails, and you kind of lose it.
Yeah. Well, so far I haven't had really, very, very, very few failed prints, and they were almost always in the first minute. But yeah, this printer is actually, for the price point, is incredible. I can't believe it for the $200. I remember like long ago, there were whole kits on eBay that people used to sell. I used to know a guy that like actually used to assemble just like raw material parts to make a 3D printer. At that time, you basically had to buy the raw components like motors, the belts, the extrusions, which is the metal bars, all separately.
And then you build your own.
Yeah, you had to build it yourself. Yeah, the guy had like a pretty good business model, but obviously, he became obsolete pretty quick.
Yeah, especially when they started RTR printers.
Exactly.
Or RTP, ready to print.
Ready to print, yeah. Well, mine really, I didn't run into any problems at all out of the box. Like it was very well set up, but you can't just, people think, oh, you could just print whatever you want. You can't. You're like highly limited. I'm over here printing like, things that are just like display items, like engine stands or whatever. I mean, it is useful.
Right. Eventually, you'll print everything you can, and then you're kind of.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
Exactly. Well, probably like these whole file sharing websites are probably in their infancy right now, because like really, it's probably going to come down to like paid websites that design things for you, probably in the future.
Gotcha.
Well,
then we'll have to create a Napster for for 3D
Well,
printing.
that's basically kind of what it is right now. Technically, it's people sharing the files and you just download it, you know?
Hmm.
That's kind of what it is, and you're just hoping that they got it correct. You know, and then like you read the comments, people are like, "Oh man, this print is terrible. Don't print this." You know?
Hmm.
So yeah, but pretty much yeah. RC Ohio says I'll get better. Yeah, hopefully, man. The goal is to really design your own things. Otherwise, like printing these little fidgets, you know, these little gimmicky things is useless. I mean, so far I printed some pretty, I would say, important parts, right? Like the body posts for the rear on the RS4.
Right.
And they're actually very good quality. The pins go directly in them. No problems at all. They're straight. They look nice. You know, no weird issues. They're not crooked or nothing. But to actually use these parts and actually have them be dependable, that's another question.
Right.
That I'll have to investigate.
Definitely needed. Durability is a huge what if.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I guess I'll have to put all the body posts on the RS4 and go and flip it, and then we'll see if they break, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Go crashing into a brick wall or something.
Exactly. Yeah. At a certain speed. And then claim it's not a speed.
Yeah. To the moon.
Let's see. Yeah. RC Ohio goes, you can manipulate the existing files. So I think you mean like in the slicer, yeah, you can change some of the like the printing parameters, but you can't. I mean, as far as I know, it doesn't look like you can redesign like the specs of the print. I think. Well, I could be incorrect. Yeah.
Todd would know. Todd's got those prints pretty well licked.
Yeah.
I think he
Well,
did
I'll get better.
this plow. I think he did it in 100% infill.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's got some weight to it, and which helps it when it's helps it plow.
Yeah, but there were like a lot of parts that he printed for it. It's not just that blade. There's like a bunch of other parts, right, that make the mechanism work.
Yep. So it's a blade. There's a mount here. Let me.
No, I saw your video.
So just kind of.
RC Adventures goes, are there any good paid files? From what I saw, there are paid files, but once again, like, you know, I haven't tested them myself. Yeah, so like, you know, you're talking a metal thing there. There's like a bunch of support structures. Yeah.
Right. It's from me to what it looks like to me is there's two frame rails, and then there's one main carrier. It's at least 5-6 pieces.
Yeah. Blue Grove Model Sports goes different filaments and fill settings. You can get stronger parts. Yeah, I'm experimenting with like different filaments right now. So far, everything I've tried to print with PETG has failed. Every single print sucks. Can't get it to stick to the bed at all. Like it like the terms they use is spaghettiing. They spaghetti. You gotta like learn a whole different language, library when you're talking about 3D printers.
So Blue Groove does printing too because he sent me some parts on the stand. He makes these standoffs so the RC doesn't fall off the stand while you're working on it.
Oh wow, okay, yeah. So we have a lot of 3D printer people here. That's pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah. He's very
cool.
handy.
Yeah, I'm a noob right here, guys. I'm a noob, but this is like my first week with it, you know. Plus, the other thing I noticed is, you know, I have it on my table. I mean, it's a pretty sturdy table. The table is on like pretty much a concrete floor, you know, like a concrete slab floor, and like the whole table is shaking when this thing is going at speed. You know, so we're talking about like literally everything is shaking. It's scary in here. All right. RC Ohio says get the PLA Plus. Okay.
Yeah,
PLA Plus is like also cheap.
Yeah, whatever he made this out of is really strong. Because if you watch that, I know you watched that video, but if anybody else watched that video,
Dude, it was great.
I was hitting some of them joints at some good speed.
Yeah.
And nothing broke. Nothing wore in too much.
I currently just printed a Revo spur gear. Right, we're gonna test this out. It's a Revo spur gear right here.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be trash, but I'm assuming if I drive normally, it should last. Like, I
Well,
think.
this Revo spur gear is Traxxas stock and it's trash. So
Yeah. Well, we're quite sure the plastics on tracks is nylon, right? I think that what they make the parts out of, it's probably nylon.
some sort of plastic. I would assume nylon.
Yeah. So if I could print in that and like figure that out, I should be in the right direction, I think. Yeah.
So Vance, fifth scale Ripper, he actually printed this. He's printing a snowmobile.
Yeah, I'm reading his comments. He's pretty accurate in everything he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was sending me pictures of the snowmobile he's printing.
Wow.
Came out really nice. A lot of little pieces.
Yeah, there's a file on one of those free websites, right? It's literally every component of a nitro engine. You could 3D print every component and assemble it. But, obviously probably won't run because, you would need tolerances that are beyond the limits of a 3D printer at this point.
Well, yeah, and plus the simple fact of the matter that it's an engine, it's plastic.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it would be interesting to see if you could print a plastic crankcase but keep everything else the way it was. I don't know. I mean, obviously, probably. Well, I mean, you would still have the sleeve, so that's still metal,
right?
And the piston is still metal. The rest of it would just print the plastic crankcase. I don't know. I think it would run a little bit, maybe. Obviously, with heat, it won't. But
yeah, until you get an air leak.
Well, I don't know because, like, think about it. These things print. Like right now, I'm printing at 210 Celsius, right? On the PLA, 210. That's like 400 something Fahrenheit. So, like, the engines get nowhere close to that, obviously.
But I wonder what the point at where it becomes weak enough to fail and start expanding and
gets off there. Yeah.
I'm sure it'll run for a hot minute, but I'm not sure how long it would run after that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Did you guys see that video on YouTube where it's not really like a nitro YouTuber. It's like, one of those like let's make a gadget type YouTubers. He put a Savage engine onto a bicycle.
I think I did see that.
Yeah, with like giant gears.
I think I did see that.
Yeah. I don't know what his outcome was other than he killed the engine, but like obviously he didn't really care about that part.
Off the guy, what's up, man? Yeah, I want to say I saw that.
Yeah, so what was the outcome? I don't even know what the outcome was. I didn't finish.
I think I just saw it as a short, to be honest.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
See, my attention span a lot of times is short videos. And
then that's unfortunately, man. That's I think the way the world is going.
I have to really sit down and have the opportunity to watch a long form video.
Yeah, TikTok and everything has convinced people that they only have 15 seconds to present their ideas.
And you'd be surprised what kind of information some of these people can get out in 15 seconds.
Well, you could. You could. But, it just it's a matter of adaptation, right?
Right.
I mean, personally, I prefer long form videos, but that's a different type of thing.
Right. For me, it honestly, it's all in how much time I have.
Yeah. Exactly.
So right now I'm just taking the, what is this, M2C wheel hub. These are 17 millimeter adapters for the Arrma 3S trucks. I'm just taking them off because these tires are just ridiculous for this thing.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. We got a comment here from Off the Guy. I'll read it. It's a reference to my recent video with the bent chassis.
Okay.
For the Offnell X1. So, I got like this old Offnell X1 the other day. It was literally, probably some of the people here have seen the video. It was the world's worst Offnell. Dead engine, chassis bent, drive shaft bent, everything bent. But, I mean, worst case scenario, I'll just stick in like a used Savage motor that I probably have laying around and bend the chassis back, right? Like it's a buggy chassis. It's fine.
Well, if anybody has something like that laying around, it's you.
Yeah. No, I still have parts. It's fine. I just gotta look. But Otherwise, yeah, the guy literally told me, like, when I went to buy that car, it's an old Alfa LX1. I didn't pay that much for it, but he goes, yeah, I can, you know, I now run Armas only. I really sent this one. It got sent. He literally said that. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. I'm just digging the stock tires for this Big Rock out. This really is a good grab. Oh, I got stuff falling paint cans. It's a good grab and go RC for throwing in the car and just heading out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. I had my Hellfire sitting on these tires. Keep the Hellfire tires off the ground.
Yeah, man, I still have like brake issues with my own Hellfire, but I'm pretty convinced now it's just a brake servo. But I mean,
so this one. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Sorry, I'll say it later.
So that one, that was a Hellfire that somebody was racing, and it had like JS servos in it and stuff, but they were all bad.
Yeah.
By the time I got them.
But do your brakes work normally on your Hellfire?
I can't. The last time I ran it ran fine. So
right.
Yes, they do.
I mean, mine are so bad that it literally almost doesn't even engage the brake pads. Like it does, but it's super, super weak. But the thing is, the servo is basically new. So, like, you know, I'm quite sure that even the worst servo should be able to apply some brakes, right? Like
something.
Yeah. This one is just like set up super weird. It was a kit that was built, but I checked every single spec on it and compared it to the manual, and it's normal. Nothing is weird. So, but that's another investigation.
Strange how some of this stuff, especially when you buy it on the aftermarket, or not the aftermarket, but the used market, how it ends up going.
Well, there's a reason why people sell things too, right? I guess.
That's true. True. And then, but you're always looking for that vintage deal. So.
Well, they just happen to be old, you know. Forgotten about, just kind of like a random occurrence. Because out of the new cars, let's face it, what are we really going to be buying? You're going to be buying mostly Traxxas.
Yeah, and then an overpriced HPI.
That's it. And yeah, those HPIs will be like out of the really new ones. But if you're talking like 2010 and up, what are you really buying? You're buying mostly, it's probably going to be some kind of low seat, buggy, or a truggy, or a Traxxas product. But before that, you actually had variety.
Unless you're building yourself a kit.
Yeah, that's different. But, you know, regarding RTRs. So, that, you know, it's just a natural event. It just comes down to, like, I wind up getting vintage stuff, you know?
It's all in how you want to do your hobby.
Yeah, exactly. I guess a good topic of conversation may be to ask the viewers here what they consider vintage to be. Like, how old? 15 years, 20 years, 10 years? I'm curious what
That's
you guys
a good question.
Yeah.
Honestly, in my eyes, anything vintage it could be over like 5 years old in the RC hobby that's discontinued and you can't find parts anymore. But yeah, I mean, there's that type of vintage, or there's vintage that's from 30 years ago, and then
that's
the
true.
90s and stuff.
I would say, in my opinion, longer than lifespan of a modern car. Which is, what do you think? 10 years?
Yeah, 15 years.
Yeah, I would say that should apply. Probably.
I would consider my X mods vintage.
Oh, dude, I have a ton of X mods under my table.
Yeah, so I found mine. I got them when they first came out. I had two of them. I had a Civic. Actually, I had two Civics, and it was right around the time when Need for Speed was hot. It was a hot item for PlayStation 2.
Yeah, dude, I had X mods back from Radio Shack. I still have some. I bought a lot with them the other day. This is the Nissan Titan.
That's cool.
Yeah, they were actually very, very fun indoor cars.
They were. They 100%. So I had 2 Civics, and I had them modded all out because they came with different engine or different brushed motors in them,
Right.
depending on
I
what you
had all
wanted
of those
to do.
engine kits and the light kits and the suspension kits and the body kits, everything.
Yep. Yeah, I had everything, and I went to go use mine for my kids, and I found it at my parents' house in the basement, and it wouldn't run. So
Yeah.
because it took 4 AA's. There was 2 battery packs in each side, and I had it set up with Radio Shack rechargeable batteries.
Oh yeah, I remember those. I remember that. Yeah.
So I
Use the
ended up
AAAs.
taking. Yeah. So I ended up taking and putting just regular energizers in there, and when I took everything apart, the plastics just disintegrated.
Right. And
And
now,
it wasn't sitting.
yeah,
It wasn't really sitting in a spot where it would be.
Yeah.
Right away.
Now, like if you look them up on eBay, people want like over $100 for one. Like, I mean, they're still drivable to be honest with you, but their radios like the world's worst radio. It's obviously AM. You have like no signal range. You could be at like one end of your room, and by the time you hit the other end of your room, you got no signal.
Yeah, and the radio folded. If I remember, the radio like folded in half and all fit in the box. Back in the box.
I'll show you guys the radio right now. This is the hybrid show and tell right here. So this is the radio. It opens up that. The antenna, I have the antenna on the side. I mean, it's pretty user friendly antenna, radio. Also, the steering wheel, you could change it to the other side if you're a left-handed person.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Because I had the upgraded steering wheel. It was like a race steering wheel that I had on it. It was kind of all that stuff was cool back then. Yeah.
Let's see, we got Ford Mustang right here. And these were actually pretty easy to work on. Everything was interchangeable. These were nearly hobby grade, I would say, nearly.
I had like an X-Mod specific toolkit. It was a little kit that I had that they sold with the RCs.
Right. So here's so the thing for the people who don't know, I'll show you guys like a body. You basically anything that was like a car, all the bodies were interchangeable, and anything that was a truck, their bodies were interchangeable, and their suspensions were unique as well.
See, I don't ever remember the trucks.
Oh, dude, yeah, the trucks I had. Let me tell you right now, the Hummer H2, that was the best one. The Hummer H2, if you guys want to go look it up, I'm telling you, X-Mod's Hummer H2 is the one to get.
Yeah, I don't ever remember there being a truck. That's weird.
Yeah. Oh, we got HPI Savage here. How you doing?
Oh, HPI Savage.
Yeah.
He's got some cool stuff going. He's got that twin Savage he built.
I saw his videos. They're very, very exciting. Like crazy builds with that the crazy Jado.
Yeah.
And he knows Texas Hill.
Yeah, I saw that. I was watching that video earlier where him and Texas Hill were they were doing RCs.
Right.
It looked like the spot where Woogie Nitro goes.
Oh yeah, that same open parking lot.
Yeah, well, not the parking lot. They were at it looked like the park that he runs his Baja at.
Right.
It looked like to me.
Yeah, Texas Hill goes, yeah, we were running together. Yeah. Oh, man. Blue Grove Motorsports goes, I got to read this. His first car was the Varicom Silver Fox Gold Edition. That's like one of the very first, I think, hobby grade RCs. People have asked me to buy that. I had to look into it, but then I forgot. The Varicom. I remember there was something unique about that chassis. What was it? It was something. Don't remember.
I've never heard of it, so
yeah,
that's before my time.
Yeah, well, before my time too. I just know from like the comments, but basically I don't know much about that, But my real like experience with RC, like in terms of what I prefer the most, started in like the early 2000s, I would say.
Yeah.
Because before that, you know, you really mostly had kits, and even like the HPIs were kits, right?
Right.
Yeah, so even the RS4, like that was a kit, unless you got the RTR, and that only came out, I think, in like 2000. But for the first couple of years, the RS4s were just kits.
See, when I was growing up, my parents, like, they could really only afford, like, if I wanted something, it was always a Radio Shack RC or like a Tyco
Yeah,
something
but
or
back
other.
then that was fine, man. That was fun. Those Tyco, remember?
Oh,
You switched that little 2-speed thing in the back, whatever that gear
yep.
reduction thing was. It was epic.
The other thing I had was I had the Crashback. I forgot who made the Crashback, but you would literally run it into a wall and then you pushed a button on the remote.
Probably Hasbro, maybe one of those toy companies, maybe Hasbro.
Yeah, it was. I gotta find it. If I could find it, I'll have to.
Yeah.
Like if I can find it on a
Yeah.
Google or something, because you ran it, you drove it straight into the wall, like Kevin Talbot, and then you would push the button.
Yeah, right.
It would repair itself. It was cool.
Yeah, that's what you need. That's what he needed, bro. That's what he needed.
I still have one of my monster trucks from Radio Shack. It's an F-150 body. It's the Jelly Bean body style, they call it. And I can't find the radio for it. It's an AM radio, but I can't find it. Got the RC, though. Look at the size comparison. These are the tires.
So what are you doing there? You're just repairing the hubs?
I'm repairing the broken arm I had, but I'm taking. So these are 4S tires off of the 4S Outcast, and I have these on here because M2C sells the 17 millimeter adapter, and then I'm putting the stock tires back on. It'll reduce the gearing tremendously and make this more manageable.
Those tires are very good, actually. I love those tires.
These ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I run these on my Truggy, that X-ray kit I have. That's what I run.
One of my buddies runs those on a regular Savage 4.6. They're actually pretty good.
They're really good tires.
They're really good. Yeah. I think
Chef Beards, they always
all of them online and like wiped out the whole stock.
Jenny's RC, man, you can get a pack.
That's who I'm talking about. I just didn't want to say it in case someone's going to wipe it out again.
That's all right.
No, I didn't buy any, but those tires are very good. You know what it is? They also don't get unglued easily at all.
Yeah, so these I do have one of them that came unglued, but these are all new takeoffs. They're all stock takeoffs that when they strip them out, so strip them down.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think if Arrma was about to make a new car? What do you think? What model would it be? I mean, they pretty much serve every segment other than Nitro. So.
Or a crawler. Arrma doesn't make a crawler.
Yeah, they don't make a crawler. They're really missing out, man. Yeah, let's not Arrma and tell them to make a crawler, okay?
There's so many other RC companies making crawlers, and see the crawler guys. They all have their own.
Yeah, they're the specified loved brands, right?
Exactly. I mean, and it's nothing against anybody because I mean I love crawling too, but it's like you're not gonna. If you got somebody who's diehard Traxxas, they're never gonna buy a Red Cat. They'll never try a Red Cat.
I mean, you have a Red Cat. I have that same Red Cat. For the price, like it cannot be beat.
It cannot be beat. No, you're right. And they even had one on like a scratch and dent clearance, and I almost bought it just for the.
Dude, that's the one I bought. It was like $230.
Yeah,
it was the cheapest like Gen 8 you'll ever see. And the thing is, like, okay, so the TRX4 has a 2-speed. The reality is, you're never going to use it in any case ever.
Yeah, I had one of those TRX4s, and honestly, it had the 2-speed, and I would always forget it was there. And then it had the locking axles, and I always forgot those were there.
You would also never really use that. Well, the Gen 8 is already locked, right? Like from the fact that they're all locked.
Yep,
they're all locked. Yeah, so that's all you need. You know what I bought a long time ago in terms of a crawler? I had one crawler video. It was that Cross RC AT4. You ever heard that? Anybody in here? Cross RC was like a crawler brand. A-Main called them.
I don't think I ever saw it or had one or seen one.
Yeah, I have one video. It has a 2-speed. It has lockable front and rear diffs. It has lights. I think I only paid like $190 for it when it was brand new. It's honestly pretty remarkable. But like all of these crawler brands, other than like Traxxas and Axial, they seem to just like go out of business pretty fast.
A lot of like crawling is a lot of it is the guys who are really heavy into it. They're going to be building a kit.
Yeah, that's basically true. That's basically
And
true.
then, like the competition crawlers and stuff like that, and then like someone like me who's just going to
No, you don't need anything like that. The Gen 8 is more than capable of pretty much anything we'll ever do.
For what I needed, yeah. For what I needed for.
I mean, it's got the portal axles. That's a priority.
Yep.
You know, it's got metal gears. That's a priority. It's a 550 engine motor. Well, what else do you want? Like, I don't, you know.
See, mine came as a roller because I traded it for something. Or
Oh,
traded
yeah,
my
yeah,
Creighton
that's
for
what you got the
and,
whole system, right? The electronic system.
Yep, I got that Fusion SE, the
Yeah.
Hobby Wing Fusion. And
Yeah, I
that,
remember you
that's
told
a
me.
really nice, for as far as all-in-one ESC combo, I like it. It's very smooth.
Yeah, that's like a big innovation in the hobby. Not having to run all those extra wires, all that extra stuff, you know?
Right, especially with a crawler where you want to keep everything balanced.
Yeah, Red Cat, I see here, Sergeant J mentioned the Red Cat Ascent. I think I saw that already. Yeah, Red Cat has like a big crawler sale right now. I'm going to go on their website on my phone and check it out.
All right, yeah. Let's see
what
what they got cracking. They have a ton of earthquake parts still in their clearance section too.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to need those earthquake parts.
I actually stocked up. I bought like 2 or 3 transmissions the last.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. I should have done that too. Mine are pretty okay though so far. I have never really had any issues with my earthquake other than the fact that it just doesn't start because the one-way bearing constantly slips.
Yeah.
Piece of crap. The Red Cat Machete 4S is on sale. I'm going to show it to the camera people right now, right here.
I'll blow you up.
The $299, the 4S Machete they're called.
It's almost like a 4S Creighton.
Yeah, basically. But $299. But I'm pretty sure these Red Cats actually they call them like 4S and this and that, but they're probably super slow.
So Red Cat uses Hobby Wing rebranded ESC,
Yeah.
so you can very easily hook that up to
You get it normal, right? What about this? You guys saw this one? The Red Cat designed RDS. It's like a crawler. I'm sorry, it's like a drift, a 2-wheel drive drift car. I mean, it's kind of cool body, but I don't think anyone ever is going to get it like that right there.
I was looking at that, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, for that price, there's probably better options out there. That's
well,
exactly
a 2-wheel drive competition spec car that isn't a licensed body. I don't.
It's trying
this
to be
a deal.
350Z.
Yeah, this right here is a deal. This particular crawler, like, what is it, like 260 now? That's a deal.
Huh.
These were like 400, I think, a while back.
Which one is that? That's the Gen 9?
800A something International Harvester. It's not the brushless one. Yeah, it looks like they're not pushing those the lowrider cars they used to at one time.
No, I think those kind of fizzled out. Whoever was going to get one got one, and then that's pretty much it. Fifth Scale Ripper says he's got a Cimarron, a Red Cat Cimarron.
That's also the name of a Cadillac from the 1980s.
Yep. That was like that Cadillac, the Cadillac Cimarron was like way ahead of its time as far as...
Yeah. It was too far ahead of its time and nobody appreciated it.
Yep.
And now all of these like automotive YouTuber reviewers try to do videos on them.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's a Chevy Cavalier with leather. Like, so what? I mean, back then, Japanese cars were really, honestly, not even competition, I think.
No. Well, that's basically when the JDM market and like the Hondas and your Toyotas were really starting to come
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah, that's basically true. Yeah, I mean, I remember like the 1990s Camry. Like, you know, when I was a kid, my parents, like, dad had it. It was a very comfortable car, very comfortable. I thought it was extremely well made, and I think my family had like a Oldsmobile Delta 88 at that time, which was like what a lot of people had. You know, and compared to that, it was remarkable.
Yeah, my father, he drove a 1990 Honda Accord that he bought when my parents got married, and he drove that thing forever. He killed it.
Wow.
He literally killed it. He drove it till its death.
Wow.
At least 15 years.
Dude, do you remember, like, well, I don't know, maybe you know this, maybe people might know it, but for me to buy that Primal that I have, right, I sold the Honda Civic I had.
I remember that.
So the Honda Civic I sold, actually, one of my neighbors wound up buying it. It's still on the road. It's still driving.
Buy it back. It'd be a good video. Buy it back.
Nah, well, unfortunately, you know, I think his door crashed it. So, like, it's legit missing the whole front end now, but they refuse to throw it out.
Interesting.
But it's drivable. Like, it's drivable, but, like, you know, you need, like, a light. You need, like, a bumper support, you know. It's not very good.
Perfect for New York City where you don't care if somebody runs into you or...
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I live, like, in the suburbs of New York, but it's still New York City. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a question from HPI Savage. What am I printing? So this is actually going to be like a table, like a little table. It's like a gift I'm going to give to someone as a joke. You know, because, like, you know, people think, oh, I'm going to get a 3D printer to print really, really useful stuff. I'm going to make like a soap dispenser. I'm going to make a toothbrush holder, whatever. Then I'm going to print you a little useless, gimmicky table. Well, I guess you have to be there. You know?
Lotus says you can't kill a good Honda, and he is not wrong.
Exactly. So the thing is with the Hondas now, their insurance rates are super high.
Really?
In, like, my area. It literally wouldn't even make sense to drive like a Honda in New York now.
Are they getting them confused with the Kias that everybody keeps stealing?
I think all together, they must just have bad drivers. I don't know, but like they're very, very bad insurance rates. I was surprised. My Grand Marquis has super low insurance. You know, it's a Grand Marquis. What else? The Lincoln has super low insurance rates. What else do I have? That's about the Murano also super low insurance rates. But I remember, like, a long time ago, my brother used to own like a regular Nissan Sentra. His insurance on a Nissan Sentra was more than quadruple what I paid for a Grand Marquis in the same area.
You also have to factor in how old he was at the time, because you know once you're in your
it was a normal age.
He's
older. He's older than me, so it's not that.
Yeah.
It's just a car. Like, literally, dude, when I, like, long ago, I used to be a car salesman, right? Like, back when I first graduated college. And, you know, one of the jobs is you had to, like, get the customer insurance for them to drive off with a car. And, like, when we used to call for the insurance, oh, my God, you lost the sale right there. You know, because, like,
Ohio.
Yeah, let's see what he said.
He says insurance is high because Honda and Toyota are now in the premium market, and he's not. He's a Toyota guy. He'll tell you flat out. When I bought my truck, he was telling me I should have bought a Toyota.
I'm a Toyota guy too, as you guys might be aware, but not just any Toyotas, only the Prius.
Honestly, if I could have found a decent Tundra, I probably would have bought it. But
yeah, dude, the Tundra's incredible.
And I couldn't find one in my price range.
Because people don't even sell them.
Well, and they all hold their value so well.
Yeah, and like, think about it. If you need a truck like that, right? Like, and you have a Tundra, what else are you gonna buy? That's good. Nothing. You want another Tundra. Oh, we got Benjamin Martinez here. My friend says he congratulates you on the 1K subs.
Thanks, Ben Martinez. I appreciate you stopping by, man.
Yeah,
appreciate you.
Yeah, him and I are printing parts as we speak right now too. He got a 3D printer
Awesome.
also. We're both coordinating an effort to come up with the best filament for these printers.
So, as far as filament goes, I have no idea. I don't know any of that. Because obviously I don't print. So, but there's that PLA, the PLU.
HBI Savage goes, man, I tell you, when I was an auto parts contractor for Kia, I was delivering countless driver side windows and key switch ignition systems. Yeah. You know what it is like with the Kias and Hyundais? I don't hate them. They're very good cars now. But the thing is, they no longer have like the price advantage. You know what I mean? Of a Japanese car.
Well, none of them do.
Yeah. Now all of these cars are basically on the same level playing field. So if you think, you're gonna go and like save some money because you got a Hyundai, that's not even the case anymore.
No, not in the slightest.
I remember back when I was a car salesman over 15 years ago now. And I was selling a Nissan product, right? So at the time, like the Maximas were nice. At the time, the Altimas were like brand new; they were very nice. And I knew if the customer left and went to Kia or Hyundai, I knew they would make a sale. I knew it, and it was almost always the case. And the reason is because Nissan at that time and Toyota really didn't have any flexibility in their sticker, in their price sticker, and the window sticker, right? They were literally selling those cars at close to cost. And Hyundai and Kia had like $4,000 to $5,000 in just like whatever. They could just get rid and sell you the car and still not lose money. That's what it was.
See, it's incredible the markup on these vehicles, and you don't realize it until you go to buy one.
Well, that's it. They're all, selling people luxury cars. Even look at the EV market. Personally, I would love to have an EV. But do I need like a luxury EV that's super fast? Not really. But look at the options you have. They're all fast luxury cars.
Right.
That's who they're marketing to.
I'm eager to see how the hydrogen market is going to jump because I was reading about they're starting to produce or develop more hydrogen powered vehicles. Which
Honda FCX Clarity. Yeah, Honda's had hydrogen cars as test vehicles in California for like the past decade. And the thing is, they don't sell you those cars. You could only lease them and then you have to return them. So you can't actually own the technology.
That I did not know.
Yeah. It's like, remember, I don't know if you knew about this, but like the very first popular electric car was the GM EV1. People here in the chat might know. The GM EV1. A lot of famous celebrities had them, even in the early 2000s. It was kind of like a Corvette looking like sports car. Pure electric. And when they realized, I think GM realized, hey, listen, we're going to lose a bunch of sales because this car is actually way better than our gasoline cars in terms of usability. They made everyone return them and they scrapped them all.
Really? I don't remember that.
Famous documentary now. Famous documentary. They're trying to get rid of all evidence on it. There was a famous clip where an actor, one of those actors from Baywatch, not Pamela Anderson, not David Hasselhoff, the tall, skinny chick, I don't know what her name was, the main like Baywatch captain chick, and Mel Gibson, they both drove the GM EV1s. And they were famous for trying to keep them, and GM would not let them keep them because they only leased them to you. You have to return them. Oh, we got Al Casa 52 here. How you doing?
Al Casa, what's up, man?
Al Casa, great guy. I met up with him the other day, actually, about 2 weeks ago. He's a fellow New Yorker like I am. Yeah. Texas Hill goes, the Honda CR-V is $40K now. Yeah. If you want the CR-V hybrid, I think it's like 47.
Very interesting on all this stuff because the truck that I had where the tree crashed and smashed it, that's stickered for like 53 grand. But when I bought it, 6 years ago or 5 years ago, there was $12,000 in rebates on it, and now you're hard pressed to find a rebate.
No, there's no rebates anymore. There's no rebates. Well, I mean, if you really think about it, the auto market kind of put themselves in a position where they overproduced and they had to do over rebates.
Yeah.
Like, if you can control supply and demand, why wouldn't you? And it looks like they didn't. And now they see that they can. That's what it is. They finally hired a proper marketing executive, I think, that took economics in school, I think, you know?
Something. They did something. Definitely aren't making it easier for the consumer to buy.
Well, that is true. That is true. But then again, even, you know, we gotta face it. Even the cheapest cars today come with a lot more tech, a lot more expensive, you know, computer components than they used to.
Right.
But I wouldn't say it's a third of the car's value.
It's not enough to justify their price.
Oh, we got Pitbull Air Cooled here in the stream with us. Yeah, Al Casa goes, I priced out a CRV and the Honda Ridgeline. They're almost the same price. Yeah, and the Ridgeline's like a pretty nice pickup truck. Well, you know, like built on a crossover style chassis, but whatever. We got about an hour and 30 minutes left on this.
On your print?
Yeah.
On your tabletop?
Yeah. Oh, man, it's all right.
Cool.
So how's the Arma? Good? You fixed it?
It's fixed. So this actually has an upgraded ESC. Because this originally only comes with a 3S capable ESC.
Yeah, that's all you need, though. They're very fast on 3S.
They are. And the only problem is it was getting like it would almost overamp the BLX ESC, the stock one. It would like overamp itself, and then it would do like this lag. It would have an extreme throttle lag.
Wow.
So I upgraded it. That's a ESC from a Outcast 4S, and I upgraded that.
Yeah.
And I did the same thing in my Mega Truck Infraction because I bought that thing before they made the brushless version, and I upgraded it to the brushless, and I put the same ESC in that because I figured for the speed runs it would be better.
Yeah, personally, I love the 3S lineup from like Arma. I think they're all very good.
They're incredible for what they are.
Yeah, for the money, they're very good. You know what happens is, for the money, they're very good.
And like I said before, the part support is there because basically you get the chassis from the chassis what I'm trying to say is from the arms in, it's all the same. They're all the same. You might get a slender diff or a slipper here or maybe a one chassis is a little bit longer, but they're all basically the same.
Yeah, that is true. You know, like when you start going into, let's say, 4S and up, really what happens is, yes, they're larger cars. They're more robust maybe. But since the KV of the motors are significantly lower, you now need more likable power, basically more cells.
Yeah.
Your overall speed is about the same or lower in reality. You know what I mean? 3S really is the benefit, is I would say, the epitome, the pinnacle of speed, weight, cost, efficiency.
For what they are.
Yeah, for what they are.
Until you're getting into like the really big stuff.
What do you think about the whole? Remember, like long ago, the fit scale Bajas, like the electrics, were actually kind of popular. Remember, there was like a viewer. No, there was a guy. I forgot what his name was. He was in Jersey. He drove like a white Ford Focus. He was a nice guy. It was fit scale or bust, I think. Remember fit scale or bust? Anybody here?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, dude, I got to reach out to him.
Yeah.
He was a really nice guy, man. He was a really nice guy. He sent me like a couple parts I needed one time. I got to reach out to him. I still have his like phone number, I think.
Yeah,
but he had that fit scale electric Baja. from, I think it was a King Motors one. But it broke every time.
Chef Beardsley has one. He built it. It's a very fun thing to ride it or drive, and it's weird because it doesn't sound like any other 8S electric I've ever ran.
No, it doesn't. It's totally unique. I mean, honestly, those cars I kind of appreciate.
Yeah, if I had the money in the extra Baja, I would definitely convert one to electric.
Yeah. I remember back then, I think when he was doing the unboxing videos on it, Fifth Scale or Bust must have paid probably $700 for it, which really for that level of like Fifth Scale electronics was not bad.
No, it's not, because the
Right.
8S electronics, if you go and buy a Hobby Wing, you're looking,
Yeah.
300 at least.
And that was long ago.
Right.
Man, I'm gonna look up Fifth Scale or Bust right now on YouTube.
Yeah, he hasn't made a video in a long time. It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna look him up. We can't forget our old RC community members,
Yeah, because I know he sent Eastside RC a bunch of parts. He sent Big John.
Yeah, he sent me stuff too. He sent me like shock socks. He sent me a couple of, I think like RC Max plate. One of like the front some kind of RC Max part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still subscribed. I mean, his channel is still here.
Yeah, I'm still subscribed to him too.
I'm gonna say what's up, bro, to him in the video right now.
Shade Tree, what's up, my man? How you been? Good to see you.
I'm gonna say it to him in the stream right now, so we'll all see it. You guys can tell me what to say. I'm gonna leave him a message right now on Fifth Scale or Bust RC. All right.
Sorry, guys, I haven't really been paying attention to chat.
With KGM5512, man, and we are talking about you, hoping that you're doing okay. Let us know. The RC community misses the Fifth Scale content on your channel, man. Period.
I hope that's well received, because like I said, nobody's heard from him. And then Bodagel hasn't made a video in almost a year either, and he's pretty much been the forefather of YouTube Braps.
Yeah. I learned a lot of, basically I went to his channel when I was like learning about RC, Well, Fifth Scales at least. Yeah, I left him a comment. Let's see if he responds to Fifth Scale or Bust. Well, Bodagel posts stuff on Instagram.
He does, yeah. He's big into like powerlifting now.
Yeah. It's like crazy powerlifting, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I follow him.
I met him in real life. He's a great guy.
Is he? That's good.
Oh yeah. I was at an event one time. It was during I actually did a video. It was like when the Primal was first being released. It wasn't released yet, and it was like in Floyd Bennett Field in Brooklyn. You've been there ever for drag racing?
No, I haven't.
It was one of those old Primal sponsored events, and Bodagel was there, right? And he had, dude, I'm telling you, he had like the worst runaway we've ever seen. And I don't know if I got it on video. I might have, but he had some kind of signal interference. He came back, his whole like the dragster chassis was ripped apart. Like,
I remember that video.
Yeah, he posted it too, I think, and I had it. The spark plug boot was like the actual plug was broken off.
Yeah,
through the ceramics.
I remember that. He did not look happy when you.
No. He was kind of like the thing is. That was unfortunately the only time like it was quiet. It was so noisy. Everyone was like doing burnouts,
Yeah.
I didn't want to like record a bunch of noise all the time, and the only time that it was quiet was when like Bodagel was pissed with his broken dragster. Yeah. So I felt bad, but like I had to ask him what happened.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
That's kind of stuff's expected.
Yeah, exactly. That's all right.
When I was down in Philly this year for the Primal event this year, somebody, one of the racers, because those guys are all running nitrous in their RC Max engines, and there was a runaway and one went into the river,
Oh wow. So do they run kill switches on those or no?
So yes, they do. And from my understanding, what they do is after they hit the nitrous bottle, they kill the engine, and then the engine runs on nitrous. If Crucial RC is still here or Juice Man 76, they'll be able to
Uh huh.
enlighten it more. But from what I was gathering from what they were telling me, because I'm not too sure on how the nitrous stuff works,
Yeah, I'm not sure
is
either.
like when they're halfway down the track, they hit the kill switch because the engine's gonna lean itself out so much on the nitrous that it'll just continue to run.
Yeah. Wow. Anybody here ever met that other race guy? He's pretty up there in the race scene, obviously. Mikey Bats. His name is Mikey Bats. You might know him, Kyle.
No, I've never met him. He's
Yeah.
kind of he doesn't really respond on Instagram if you try
Yeah,
to
I
talk
know.
to him.
I met him once. I don't really do that. That's like beyond me. But the first time I met him was actually at that Boulder Gel race, right when I met him, and
Yep.
he showed up, dude. It was like super professional. He had a cooler with ice, and like the fuel was in a ice box, in a
Yeah.
cooler. Like, I mean, I've never seen it, but I guess the logic was that it keeps more. I guess they were aerating the fuel. It
If it's
preserves.
oxygenated fuel,
Yeah, it's oxygenated.
yeah,
So
you have
he
to
was
keep
saying
it
that the
cool.
cold temperature keeps the oxygen in the fuel better for whatever reason. Well, which
When you
makes sense.
oxygenate fuel,
yeah, because the
when
moon.
oxygenated fuel goes bad, it separates, and water will separate to the bottom when the oxygen comes out of
Over
the
time,
suspension
right?
or something like that, along those lines.
Yeah, but that's what he was doing. I saw he was pulling out fuel like in a jug. Well, his whole fuel bottle, automatic, like with a pump and whatever, was in a ice box basically.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but he prefer, his RCs are a different level. It's that's
Oh
like
yeah.
at that point, that's not really.
Yeah, I do follow him on Instagram, and I see
Yeah, me too.
see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Looks
I
like
mean, everything is
Ohio
like the
said,
nicest cars I've ever seen. Obviously,
yeah, he's got some nice stuff. RC Ohio responded. He said he talked to RC Fifth Scale Bust around Christmas time.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. He was a nice guy, man.
There's another channel that I used to watch, and I haven't heard from them in a long time. BM Powered.
Don't know that one.
No, they had like 3,000 subscribers, but I haven't seen them post anything in a solid 2 years. And
Yeah,
it was two guys. They always made me laugh. I don't know what the heck they've been up to. Must be one of them COVID things where they were doing it during COVID and then they just lost interest.
Yeah. I mean, we're never going to lose interest because there's always something to do. So
Yeah. I'm too far into it now.
there's nothing else. You can't give up. So what are you going to be
now?
Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Collect comic books?
It's either guy gets to a certain age and he either gets into classic cars or trains.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do the train, so.
With the classic cars, I mean, you got to have a lot of means and a lot of, ability and space and storage and another car to drive,
Yeah, they're not cheap. No hobby is cheap. That's for sure. No hobby is ever going to be cheap. Because if it was cheap, everybody would do it.
Exactly. Well, soon everyone's going to be 3D printing crap they don't need, but it's all right. Yeah, Shade Tree goes, the reason I ain't bought no new fit scales because nothing new ever comes out in fit scale. He's basically correct.
Right.
The last time I think was that like a HPI builder's kit, right? The Baja, which I think literally nobody bought.
Yeah, and then Primal released the Challenger.
Oh yeah, that also nobody bought.
So when I talked to them, Primal event,
Yeah.
They said that they're actually going to release an on-road version of that that's going to have suspension, because that is 100% through and through a drag car the way that they released it now.
So even then, it's gonna be like with an engine, that on-road car is gonna cost like what, $3,000 total?
Yeah.
Man, prices really went up.
Right.
Man, since I bought my Primal, even the new ones are a little high, but really not that much more.
No. It becomes a contest with the fifth scales for sure.
Yeah. It's always that. You just gotta, yeah, exactly. The thing is, with the fifth scale, there's also a lot more liability, in terms of running them in open spaces.
Oh, you have to have the room to run them.
That's something I worry about.
Yeah.
And that one runaway I did have, I mean, I will say that was mostly my fault. But the thing is, the only other fit scale I ran before I had a runaway with the Red Cat was the Rovin Baja. And the Rovin Baja's electronics, like the regular 30cc model, are so good that I never had a single glitch, never had a runaway, never had any radio issue of any kind. So I probably had like an overinflated sense of confidence regarding safety. Then when I got the Red Cat Rally, within like a few tanks, runaway.
Yeah. You want to know something? The most reliable Baja I've ever had is the one that came from Banggood.
Yeah, I had that one too, the 29cc.
Yep.
Yeah, very good. I had it. I did speed testing on that one compared to the 30. It was literally a 3 mile per hour difference. That was it.
Yeah, you're not going to get much.
Yeah, which could have been just random tuning.
When you get to that small of a size, they're pretty much comparable.
Yeah. Man, I would say the Baja is a really, really great chassis. It's easy to run. You don't have to take the body off. It has access all around. The only bad thing is, like for my purposes, I really need front brakes.
Yeah, you don't have a whole lot of area to run.
Yeah, well, on the RC track, like I'm, driving with other people, I can't like try to take them out. They're gonna be angry at me. So I can't be like destroying electrics, like, even though like I know we want to sometimes, but can't do that.
Yeah, it's
really
interesting.
Competing against the 4-wheel drive with a 2-wheel drive is really it's just a non-competition,
2 extra set of brakes really makes a difference when you're.
Yeah, it makes a difference because you could stop faster, you could accelerate earlier. It's really a big difference,
especially when you're trying to race.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully when summer comes around, I'll go back, challenge a couple electrics.
So what do you ever meet up with that guy with the RC Jet anymore? The guy who had the EDF Jet?
Oh, yeah. He's gonna come back in a little while. When it's warmer. Yeah. He's a good friend of mine.
That was a cool video.
Yeah, dude, he was a great flyer, but like in my area, it's like, dude, there's so many like cops. That's why I got rid of my drone. It's you can't even fly drones, even though like I had the FAA certificate. It was licensed. Everything was fine. They told me to they cursed me out, but whatever.
Really?
Yeah. I was like swarmed by like 5 blacked out Chevy Suburbans of cops of all different types, and they threatened me to land the drone and to stop recording, to basically just like give up.
Really? It's interesting.
They thought that the drones have audio on them, and I'm gonna catch them saying something, not good. So I basically asked them like, what like citation of code, like cite the code that you're using to get me to like not fly this in a public park, right? They basically what they said is you can't fly drones in any federal land. All public parks are federal land. That's it.
Huh.
That was the end of that.
See, I've never heard of anybody having an issue around me, but like I said, I don't live within city limits or anything, so. These wipes are incredible. These wipes I bought from A Main.
Oh yeah, I saw those. The Cowler Sea wipes.
Yep. Yeah, these are really.
Well, that brand's pretty old. I remember them in like what did they sell? They sold some other products, right? Oils. They sold
They have some greases and stuff that they sell.
greases. Yeah, it was grease. Cowler Sea Udder Butter. It was called. For I guess gears.
Yeah. Yeah, I got some of that too.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely convinced that this is their own product, though.
Oh no, of course not.
This
I mean, there are no own products anymore. Everything is like commercialized. Licensed. That's come on, all made in the same factory, but the same people, just different labels.
This reminds me an awful lot of the stuff that I've been using every day at work for the past 10 years. But take that with what you would.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know what you mean.
All Aspects RC, what's going on? Sorry if I missed anybody jumping in. Me and Hybrid are deep in conversation right now.
Guys. I try to read some of the comments as they come in for us because I see the chat,
Yeah. So I did mention in my post that I created earlier.
Yeah.
That I was going to make a special announcement, and I think I'll do it now before people lose interest.
All right, I'm excited. What are you getting? You getting the Primal Challenger?
No, it's not an announcement involving a new platform.
Oh, okay.
I've decided to team up with my good friend Pete from RC Alchemy, and together we're going to do a T-shirt giveaway for KGM 5512.
Oh, that's interesting, man.
So it'll be my first. We'll do a live giveaway. It'll probably be the only time you'll ever see subscribers only mode turned on my live streams, and we'll go from there. I think I'll set it up so it's like a 2-week. Give people a 2-week window.
Yeah. Check this out, KGM.
Channel.
I still have the stickers you sent me a long time ago. I'm going to put them on something.
Look at that. He's still got them. I'm out of those stickers. I don't have.
You don't throw nothing away, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be a T-shirt. It'll be drop shipped directly from Pete, who is the man with the plan, who makes my shirts.
Yeah. Very nice design. Very nice.
Yeah, he did a great job designing all my branding. Incredible. I couldn't be more happy with it. So,
well, that's exciting. That's good. So all the subs will be able to participate.
Right, yeah. And like I said, I'm going to set it up for subscriber-only mode, and I think I can put a count on how long somebody's been subscribed before they can join the live stream. So, let's see here.
HBRC goes, he wants a 3D printer, but he doesn't know which one to get. So the one I'm using is the brand is Creality. It's basically an average low-end printer. This is like a $200 printer. It's called a V3 SE. I would highly recommend this. Has all the basic things you need. So for $200, you could learn a lot, and the prints are quite good. The Creality Ender V3 SE, it's called.
Vance, is that the one you have? Sorry to interrupt you. I was asking Fitscale Ripper if that's the one that he has.
No, he definitely has a way better one. No, this is like a low-end one. So the question is from Shade Tree goes, does it have bed leveling? Yes, this has auto bed leveling. We got an hour remaining.
Ooh.
I'm going to be here all night.
Yeah. 1 hour remaining. Not bad. So did you guys see the space junk that fell yesterday? Did anybody see the
No, tell us about it. I didn't hear about it.
I don't know if it was just in this area or if everybody could see it. It almost like it was like a meteorite or something. or maybe they brought down a satellite. I have no idea, but it was crazy. Crazy looking to look up in the sky and just see this giant burning fireball.
Yeah.
Everybody's been obsessed with space around here because we're in the path of totality for the eclipse coming up.
Oh, I see.
So it's been a big hot subject on all the talk radio. Pitbull air cooled. What's going on, man?
Pitbull Gold Hybrid. What am I printing? So, I mean, this is just a table. It's not that interesting, but I'll show you guys some of the prints I've made already, like usable ones. This is a Super Nitro RS4 bumper. It actually is fairly good quality from PLA, which is like the cheapest filament. So I've done this so far for a bumper. You know, it's actually pretty flexible. You see that as I like move it here on camera. I would say it's a little bit, you know, it's similar to original quality, maybe a little rougher. I've also done a couple spur gears so far. One is a HPI RS43 spur gear, and one is a Revo spur gear. But I'm still learning about this stuff, you know, in terms of like what kind of infill to use, temperatures to use, filament to use. But you know, this stuff takes a while to practice and to learn what you can and can't really print well.
Right. So that bumper, did you adjust the infill on that, or did you just use the parameters that were set?
No, this one just printed with its regular parameters, just how it is. But to be honest with you, the adjusting the parameters is like, it's nothing. It's super easy. You go to like a button, you click the button, there's a slider, you do the slider, and you're done. That's it.
Interesting.
Yeah, the system generates its own automatic like grid inside whatever the parts, you know, that are there.
Thanks, off the guy. I appreciate it. Oh, Fifth Scale Ripper has the Elegoo 3 Pro.
Yeah, they're basically all competitor. Oh no, hold on. I'm gonna look that one up. Sounds expensive. Let me see.
I think it was relatively cost effective. I think I might have, because I asked him a few weeks ago because I was looking at getting something, and then I remembered that I got a good friend, Todd with a.
All right, yeah, it's similar price range as this one.
And I got a Vance, a good friend Vance with a 3D printer too.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like if I got a 3D printer, it would be one of them things that I would tool around with for a short period of time and then lose interest in it.
Yeah, I mean, basically, like what people are printing, other than like some relatively usable RC parts, it's like a bunch of trinket junk, you know, like literally like junk, just to see if I can print it. Like that's not like what am I printing right now? I'm literally printing a little mini office table to give to a coworker. That's what I'm doing as a joke.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's.
I think Todd should print these snow plows, universal snow plows, and sell them on Etsy.
That's a great idea.
That's what I would do. Charge a small fortune for them. That's what I would.
Yeah, that could be a good sellable item. Maybe even like a trailer, if that's possible. Well,
yeah.
Some parts, but.
So as far as the trailers go, they're relatively inexpensive to get a trailer.
Yeah.
Pre-made trailer.
For plows, there's nothing like in that whole realm.
There are, but from the plows,
well, like small RCs, probably, right?
Well, Digi sells a plow, an RTR or a ready-to-use plow.
Yeah,
I believe, and I think it might be aluminum. Yeah, Sergeant Jay, you started over, brother. I couldn't believe it, but I'm glad that you're back now, man. Sergeant Jay is guys, go check out Sergeant Jay. He's got to rebuild his channel. He decided to start over, and unfortunately he almost left completely at one point, and I'm glad he decided to stay. Sergeant Jay's a great dude, does crawlers, nitro, he has an MTXL.
Oh, MTXL, wow.
Stuff. Oh yeah.
You don't hear about those anymore, right?
He has Bodagel's old MTXL.
Oh, dude, I used to watch all those videos with them.
Yeah. He's got it. It went to the right person.
Yeah.
Definitely. Couldn't have gone to a nicer guy.
Man, Losi really should have done something with like updating that whole chassis.
See, from what I was told, I think Big John told me this story that Losi didn't actually make that DBXL and MTXL style. It was made by a different company, and then Losi just branded it as their own.
Oh, I'm sure. But for our purposes, let them rebrand something else. And sell it. You know, who cares?
Yeah, I wish the XLT hit the mark better when they first came out with it. The concept was good. It's just they powered it wrong and they geared it wrong.
Well, I had the XLT in the channel. My buddy got it, right? I mean, that 45cc engine, it's very torquey, but it has no RPM.
No RPM in that.
Yeah. It was very slow.
And the pipe's wrong. The pipe's not good there.
Yeah. I also tested the 45cc Baja, basically the most popular one. Way crazy torque, no RPM at all.
And for the price, you could.
In fact, I thought the 45cc Baja was slower than the 30cc Baja.
It is. It 100%.
It was literally slower. And
100% is.
In terms of how much fuel it took, oh my god, it was a huge amount.
Yeah, I wasn't too impressed with the Rovin 45. It's definitely not. And to buy RTR and a Baja, you're better off. And if you
or the regular 30cc, 32cc, that's it. 36 maybe.
45. Buy the 45 yourself.
Yeah.
And put it in there, and you're still under the RTR. Excuse me, RTR cost.
I mean, honestly, I like with my regular 30cc Baja that I had at one time. I did like crazy things with it. I dragged Christmas trees around RC tracks, and not one time did I feel like it needed more power. It still was able to easily drag an entire tree behind it on the track, easily, on pavement. So, like, how much more power do you need?
Right.
Yeah. Like, basically the wheels, you could kill a whole set of rubber tires if you felt like it, even with a 30cc. So, like, how much more power do you need, in my opinion?
Mm-hmm. I know. Sickening, as you would say.
Way beyond that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you say the word today because it's a special subscriber party.
Yeah, that's your catchphrase. I
don't
have a catchphrase.
Yeah, I got a comment the other day. They're like, "This guy, he says nothing but sickening every single minute. This guy, he's sickening himself." I had to tell him the whole story of how that word got brought to the channel. Yeah, Lotus 120 goes, you just want to be safe and have more power. That's how you want the 45cc. Guys, I got a little over an hour left on this print. It's going to take me all night. Well, no, actually it's an hour, so it's not really all night. But the real mystery is what am I going to print after? I have to print something else. Yeah. People Erical goes, hybrid's all about the fuel economy. Pretty much. Well, I'll tell you this, man. I mean, honestly, on like a 30cc Baja, I never really cared about fuel. I never you put it in usually I would go to the RC track with half a tank and I would still have plenty left. And I would still do like a good amount of driving. But with that 45cc, we did like maybe like a 5-minute heat cycle, and it was like half a tank of fuel was gone. You know, in a 5-minute heat cycle on a regular 30cc Baja, you literally don't even notice the fuel drop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That one, half a tank was gone.
You know, and it's crazy because even my Taylor big bore engines, they don't use a lot of fuel. In my opinion, I can get
Right.
I was surprised because I thought that they were going to drink it right up, but they really don't use as much as I thought they would.
Yeah. It must be that Roland 45. It's just a fuel guzzler. But I will say it has crazy, crazy torque. Like the Baja wheelies easily with it. Like easy. Well, me personally, like I don't want a Baja to wheelie, you know, like that's not like the goal really.
Shade Tree RC said his Rovan 45 died a horrible death.
Yeah. Oh man, terrible.
When I first got my XLT, it had a bad engine in it. I took it apart and I took the exhaust off and I looked down into the exhaust port, and the cylinder looked like somebody threw rocks in it, and that was before I even ran it. So
that's weird.
I mean, I got to tell you, Rovan RC's customer service from day one of working with them and ordering stuff from them has been
very good, right?
They're always, and for people to talk crap about them,
it makes no sense.
It makes no sense at all. And
they
kept the fifth scale RTR market alive for as long as they did.
Literally. Well, if it wasn't for them, what would it be?
You'd have a couple Locies.
Locies?
Yep. Yeah.
With no upgrades and no pipes? Or radios?
Yeah, you'd have to buy everything that DDM offered.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, the fifth scales that are out now.
Yeah. I mean, I do like the Red Cat gas RCs, but honestly, their engines are terrible. You know, the one Red Cat that I have that I do like, I call it like the Drift to Rampage. The only thing it's got is a regular 30cc Rovan engine, and it performs impeccably. With just get rid of the stock Red Cat engine, stick a cheap Rovan, and you're good.
So that one has a spool locker in the center diff, right? It doesn't have a center diff?
No center diff. It's just full-time four-wheel drive. All the Red Cat chassis are full-time four-wheel drive. No center diffs.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember when you first, that was the Red Cat Drift Edition. I remember that video. Yeah. Drifting it around the racetrack.
Dude, that's just the stock Red Cat XB with like rally wheels and just a regular 30cc engine. That's it. And it's very nice, even with a stock restricted pipe, which is really like a baffle pipe. It's not even it's like a muffler basically. You know, it's not even a pipe.
It's basically like a muffler from a chainsaw, essentially.
Yeah. So the thing is with the Red Cat engines, right? I did RPM testing with it. So maybe people don't know. I'll tell you the results. My top RPM on a Red Cat HY was 13,000, maybe 13,300, which is very, very low. You know, Zenoa's hit about 18,000. Rovans are like a little under that, like very little. But you're talking about at least a $5,000 RPM difference in the same displacement. You know, so really that's where your speed is. It's in that RPM.
You could, and if you know what you're doing with a Dremel tool, you can change that RPM quite easily.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you know, the Rovan engines, well, now they're a little more money. But back then, you know, maybe even a few years ago, the 30cc Rovan, you know, came with a good carb, it came with a good plug. It was like $110. Like it's cheaper to just get that than to like mess around and like you'll need seals. It's a whole thing.
Right. It all depends on how you want to dive into it in reality.
Yeah, exactly. Some people do port it. I think Texas Hill ported one of his Red Cat engines.
I ported a few of my own engines.
Yeah. Pitbull, cool, bro. See you later. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yep. Thanks, buddy. Yeah. I appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, I don't really port anything. People always ask me, man, how have you ported a Pro 15? Have you ported a 3.3? I'm like, not really. There's almost no point. Well, I mean, there is a point if you want that little 5% extra, but
Yeah, I would have to on a nitro engine. I would have to send that out to get work done if I really
Yeah,
wanted to.
exactly. And really, the way they're designed from the factories, they're already at the optimal efficiency, fuel consumption, power. It's already at that optimal level. It's basically like you either have a lot of something and less of something else, and like it's going to balance out. If you take more power, that means you're going to have less reliability.
Yep,
That's just how it's going to be.
that's the factory. Their main focus is reliability, and then
Exactly.
once it leaves there, it's up to the consumer to. It's
Yeah,
at
that's
their own
fine.
risk.
That's fine. I mean, it's not like the regular 30cc is like terrible. It's fine.
It's adequate.
To
It's
be honest,
perfect
well, yeah, for that price point. For that price point.
Yep.
But I've driven like 36 cc's. Honestly, I think like they're lower RPM.
The higher displacement.
Yeah, they're lower. They're all lower.
Low end torque. Yep.
Yeah, and like the Bajas back then, like the gearing was all the same.
Yeah.
Well, the 45s come with different gearing, right?
The
Total gearing.
45s come with stock gearings.
Do they?
I believe they come with a 17 tooth because you really
1752.
45s.
Yeah.
1755,
57.
1757. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
1757.
problem is that engine can't. It's got to have enough torque to get up
Right.
onto the pipe.
Yeah.
I think 1955 was like a comfortable zone. Once I had the ported engine, the ported 45, 1955 was like the sweet spot.
Oh wow.
Anything higher, it just wouldn't. It was like just a dog.
Yeah.
Lotus says 36cc and up is good to about 16K.
Yeah, that's basically it.
If I remember correctly, Foundry RC, it was in a Botagel video. Foundry RC had a stock Losi 5T, and all he did was put a Bartolone pipe on it, and he was getting almost 30,000 RPM out of that stock Losi engine. The Dynamite.
20. You mean 20?
20. It was 29,000 RPM. It was almost 30,000 RPM.
How could that be? On a gas engine?
It was on a gas engine. I gotta find the video. He showed the tack and everything. It was.
There has to be something. Video. There has to be something wrong. There's no. These engines don't even hit over 20K. I think even unloaded with no like on the dyno.
I gotta find that video.
It was definitely at best maybe 20 if you got lucky. I never heard of one of these fit scale engines hitting over 20 ever. Maybe I'm incorrect, but you guys in the chat, maybe you will, there's some other gas RC experts here, but we'll take a look at it. But yeah, 21, okay.
I can't remember what it was. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong because it's been a while.
It's possible. Yeah. Everyone has like super high RPM in the stream, huh?
Might take a while to find.
Yeah, well, it's all right. We don't got to look for it right now.
No,
it's just something I was unaware of. Well, I'm basically basing my claims on average New Zenoa specs, which they claim like 19K without load? 19K without load.
Those are specs with a stock pipe.
Yeah, stock. We're just talking stock.
Yeah. Well, this was a stock engine with. So he was just showcasing how the Bartolone pipe.
Oh, okay. I gotta watch that video too. I'll message him later. I'll ask him about it. He'll direct me in the right path.
Yeah.
No, if that's the case, I mean, I'll be very interested.
If Foundry stops in, I'll have to ask him if he remembers the video.
Oh, he moved, didn't he? I think I saw a post from him. He moved from New York.
I believe so. I believe so. I might have just found it. Nope, that's not it.
I don't worry about it, man. I'll find it later.
We'll find it later. Yep.
I gotta say hi to him anyway.
$45 spins at 18K. OBR spins at 23K. Shorter stroke, higher RPM. Interesting.
Yeah.
That has a lot to do with gearing too, of as far as gearing,
Right.
how you can get the RPM up.
Well, yeah, I can't
Tire
imagine
size.
when you're approaching 30K RPM, that's like a significantly fast speed. That's not really with regular gearing. You would need to like gear it down.
Oh. Get myself a bottle of water. Well, what's everybody's big plans for this weekend? I got a nice 3-day weekend ahead of me. I was blessed
nice.
to have tomorrow off. We got this sickening boat.
Oh, this is a
Nice
boat. Let's see that boat. Lotus 420 loves the boats. Oh, yeah,
nice
that's the Eastside RC boat.
Yep, from Brat Mom.
Yeah.
I couldn't be more thankful for that.
Dude, that's a really nice boat. I have it. It's a really nice boat. It drives really well. Runs, rather.
Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah, I have a ton of
in the
videos
ocean.
on it. In the ocean. I
Yep.
was jumping waves in the ocean. I'll tell you this, man. One ocean one kills a LiPo right away, okay?
So this is actually is a very nice boat for what it is.
Dude, they were I think they were selling for like $130, almost ready to run. Back
So
then,
by the time I was looking for one of these boats, the price was just too much. So I ended up with this.
No, I'm wrong. They were
This UDI.
140 RTR, 140.
This is a 3S boat too, and this one's.
But it's much shorter. It's much shorter, and it's not a catamaran style hull.
No, it's a V hull.
Yeah,
but it self-rights, which is good.
Right.
That was my main draw to this boat, was it self-rights.
But look at the size of those. The yellow boat is it's different level stuff.
It's totally totally different level
stuff, you know. I mean, I'll be honest with you. In all of my clips where I ran that boat, I was really trying to flip it, man. Like on the waves, it was hard to flip. It didn't flip easy. It's not like it was easy to flip. It was very stable.
Well, first time I run it, I'm going to bring hip waders with me.
Yeah.
We'll go. Chest waders. So I want to grease the shaft on it.
Yeah, that I did. That's important. It's a regular flex shaft. It comes out easy.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Dremel.
Right. Yeah, it comes out easy. There's like a little bit of a spiral thing in there. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm very, very thankful for that. That's stuff that's above and beyond.
Dude, yeah, his mom Marion, like a long time ago, sent me like a super rare RC magazine. I put it in a video one time.
I remember that video. I remember the
super nice, right? Like
magazine.
super nice.
Yeah, she's been a great supporter of mine for a long time.
So what's the story with those screws you got from Jeff? He has screw kits now.
Yep. So
which makes sense.
He's
Tight and right is his phrase. That's why.
Yep, tight and right screw kits. That's Jeff's claim to fame. He's selling them. You can get a hold of him on his email or his
okay.
Facebook.
Yeah, I gotta contact him. Maybe I'll try to promote them for him because that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah. So they come. I mean, they may have a sticker shock, but they're USA made, high
Well,
quality.
what are they, like $80?
Around there.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's a giant screw kit,
Yeah, it's literally has every screw you're ever going to need for a
And
Baja.
plus, a lot of those screws you could use on almost any other fit scale anyway.
Right, and the way that he labels them out so that you can, you know exactly which screw
Wow.
you're picking up.
Yeah.
You're not guessing. You don't need to carry a meter stick with you or whatever.
Yeah.
This ruler, stick rule.
Man, that's really innovative for him. Something to really help the hobby. That's a good idea.
Just gave her a little bit of grease on the prop.
Someone should come out with a screw kit for the Primal Raminator, because every single screw you take out is going to strip. Every single one.
Oh, well, maybe he's got a couple of them too. He's got a couple Raminators. Maybe if you hit him up, he'll put together something.
I'm going to tell him to work on that.
I think he's got the Losi kits coming out shortly.
Oh, wow.
I believe that's what he said the last time I talked to him.
That's going to be nice. Yeah, I remember when the first Losis came out, like everybody was losing screws. There were nothing was thread locked. Everyone was like, you got to take every screw out, re-thread lock everything. Then when I got a Rovin, like not a single screw ever fell out. I was like, what's everyone talking about? Like,
and that's what I mean about that Banggood one. That was the most reliable one.
Yeah, nothing ever fell out, nothing broke, nothing.
Yeah, it fired it right up, and I was running it, right to the wall, and that was before I even watched a video on Loctite and anything.
Yeah, like back when I first got into fit scales, and most of my comments were like, if I buy this, whatever, do I gotta take every screw out and re-thread lock it? And I'm like, those are like basically like old Losi wives' tales. Maybe at one time that was true, but I've never come across like a Rovin or a King Motors product that had almost anything that needed to be re-thread locked.
Right.
We got 48 minutes left on the build. On the table.
Boy.
Building the base right now.
That'll be a nice gift for your coworker on a Friday.
Yeah. It's like a joke gift, It's like, what is the last thing you need in an office? Another table. That's a mini table you can't even use. Oh, man. The other day, I printed an office chair and gave it to somebody.
That's so fun. That's hilarious.
All right. Well, man, all right. I'm gonna depart now. I gotta do some editing myself,
All right, man. I appreciate you hanging out tonight.
Sure, man. I'll always be happy to stop by, chit chat, work on stuff. Or more like you work on stuff. I'll do something else.
Yeah. Well, you were printing tonight. You had other obligations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I won't say it's great chatting with you guys in the chat here, and KJM and I. Well, he's still here, but I'll be back in the near future. And once again, congrats, man. 1,000.
Thanks, man.
Now we got to add another 0.
We're working on it.
We'll get there the first 1,000 is hard, but then you got to really dedicate yourself.
Yeah, now the consistency now is my game.
Well, in order to be really successful, sometimes you really have to dedicate a decade of your life.
Right. It doesn't happen overnight.
That's kind of how it is. But
perseverance. It's more of a hobby for me at this point.
And yeah, me too. It's nothing different. Even though I want everyone you want everyone to know, even though I do YouTube, right? It's not my job, obviously. But I buy the stuff I would have normally bought anyway. So nothing's really changed, Like literally the stuff and the videos I would do normally anyway, except now I got like the extra burden of recording it. That's the only difference.
Yeah. It's almost like you sometimes you feel a pressure to go out and record it.
Well, yeah, the reality is you only get one chance to repair, a rusty motor or whatever the case is, right? Like you either record it then or you never do.
True.
That's kind of like that's the reality there. And that's something you always battle with. Well, anyway. All right, man. Thank you for having me on here.
Yes, thank you for coming out and hanging out with me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Bye. And then there was one, guys. And then your guys are left with me. I do appreciate Hybrid hanging out tonight. He's been a good friend for quite some time. Oh, I'm trying to put the wrong radio bottom on the wrong radio. All right, guys. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to fire up this boat. Just grease the shaft. I haven't even tested this out yet. We got power to the radio. Got power to the ESC. Oh, let's see here. It might just be full battery. Let me check the cell voltage on this. Check out our cell voltage. We got 373, 26%. It should do something. It might need a rebind. It's flashing like it's not bound to anything. Oh, there we go. I got it. That's oddly strange. Works great. That's oddly strange. It wanted the radio turned on last. Never had that before with any type of RC I've been running. All switches must be zeroed out. Yeah, I'll have to mess with it. There's not much on this radio as far as settings go, trims and whatnot. Project for another day. Wait, what's up, man? Oh, sorry, off the guy. I didn't realize it was going to be that loud myself. For a boat. Catamaran style. Alrighty. Let's see here. We got. Put you back on my squinty eyes. What's up, John? What's up, Big John? Good to see you. Good to see you. So, guys, I'll jump back into the chat for about another 15 minutes or so, and then I'll pretty much wind it down for the night. Wasn't exactly the definition of a party I anticipated, but it was a party chat. We had Hybrid 32494 join us tonight, and he shared his infinite nitro knowledge with us. I was able to fix my big rock so that I can go out and bash it. Take it to a skate park. It's one of my favorite RCs. The Arma Big Rock. It's one of my favorite guys. Should I turn this radio off? This has a fresh set of batteries in it. Don't want to lose my batteries. All right, man. All good, Sergeant J. I'll see you over there. I'll see you over there, Sergeant J. I think I'll only stay on until 9:30. I like Tank RC. He does a live every Thursday. Kurtz RC does a live every Sunday. Those are all great guys. They all have a tight-knit group. They all stream together. It's quite entertaining. It's all right. It's all right, Lotus. There'll be more opportunities for that. More opportunities. Not everybody parties the same. I'm not in my 20s anymore. I can't party like that. It's interesting. You get to a certain age and you start realizing that you're not as young as you used to be. And I'm not that old. I've said this before. Much like that Garth Brooks song, I'm much too young to feel this damn old. Because I am. Oh, yeah, I know you're older than me. The noise my back makes every time I move, though. Very interesting. Oh, guys, I appreciate 1,000. That's very, very nice of everybody. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, guys. So I think I'm gonna end it now. I think I'm just gonna kind of end it now and worry about the next live stream, guys. I got some more parts coming because the same day I broke the Big Rock, I busted up the fire team, and I think the fire team is gonna get a facelift because I'm not too impressed with how it is. That's gonna get. I think the fire team's gonna get. How do I want to say this? Cannibalized. That's the word I'm looking for. Fire team's gonna get cannibalized. So keep an eye out for that. What else do I got going on? You'll see why that thing's on the stand. You'll see that on Monday. I got goodies coming from Blue Groove. We'll have that on here. I got some of my own projects. I got the Losi kit to finish. I got a lot of stuff to do. Got to run in the Serpent. Got to wait for some good weather to run in the Serpent. So keep an eye out, guys. We're continuing to keep going over here. Thanks, Lotus. I appreciate it. Wades, I'm glad you were able to stick around for a little bit. Mighty Mike, appreciate you having you here. So don't forget, we're gonna do I think I'll announce it sometime next week. We're gonna do a giveaway, a t-shirt giveaway, GM t-shirt giveaway for subscribers only and it'll be given away live in a stream and drop shipped from Pete. T-shirts. I'm going to give away some T-shirts, guys. So keep an eye out. It'll probably be like I'll give people 2 weeks, and if you're not subscribed, you're not going to be able to get into the chat. Unfortunately, it'll be one of the only times I'll do subscribers only, because I feel like if you have nothing to hide, subscribers only is, 3 weeks. That's a good idea, John. That's kind of what I'm thinking, man. But all right, guys. Thanks for watching me. I appreciate everyone being here. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers. Every single one of you. Thank you.